You were divorced from the sociopath, and the battle was brutal. He or she lied, smeared you, and tried to bleed you financially. Now that it's over, why is your ex driving slowly by your house? I'm Donna Andersen, author of Lovefraud.com, and today we're going to talk about how after divorcing a sociopath, they still seem to want to keep tabs on you. Okay, let's get started. There is no such thing as an amicable divorce with a sociopath. They don't cooperate. They try to ruin you financially. They smear you to everyone who knows you. This is what a Lovefraud reader experienced. She sent me an initial email a while ago saying that her husband would disappear for hours, sometimes days, and would not answer calls or texts. He gave her the silent treatment and was a pathological liar. He beat down her self-esteem. I told her that this was typical sociopathic behavior and suggested divorce. After her divorce, she sent me a second email and asked, "Why is my ex driving slowly by my house?" Here's what she wrote. "You told me a divorce would be ugly but worth it. You were 100% correct on that. My ex-husband did everything he could to drag out the divorce. He would miss court deadlines for paperwork, refuse to answer any questions, and misplace the paperwork. He finally signed the divorce paper. This was after I was pretty much drained from attorney fees. At the time, he told everyone that he had a girlfriend and that I was a horrible person and he was a good person. He spread horrible lies about me to friends and family. Now, with that being said, our divorce was final 7 months ago. We have no children together. 2 times in the past week, I saw him slowly drive by my house, looking directly into my house. Where I live is off the beaten path. No one drives around this area unless they have family that they are visiting. There are no businesses back here. I just find it odd that he would drive by. I was this horrible person, according to him. It seems that he would be happy with the divorce and that it's over. What would be his reason to drive by? Or is he just being nosy?" So, here are my thoughts on this situation. First of all, it's always difficult to say exactly why a sociopath does anything, because their motivations make no sense to the rest of us. One thing to keep in mind is that sociopaths consider partners to be their property, and that's in air quotes, even after the divorce. So by driving slowly by her house after the divorce, he could be checking up on his property. Another possibility may be that the girlfriend dumped him and he doesn't have another source of supply. So he's thinking about using the Lovefraud reader again. This may seem shocking given how much he berated and criticized her, but it is a possibility. The way the sociopath talked about our reader is unfortunately normal for sociopaths. Nothing is ever their fault, so of course the Lovefraud reader was the evil one who caused the divorce. She probably cheated and stole from him as well, according to his stories. Sociopaths want to present themselves as the victim. So, what should our Lovefraud reader do? I recommended that the reader not interact with him at all. However, if it appeared that he was stalking her, maybe she should take the step of getting a camera surveillance system for her house so she can have a record of it if she needs it. At the very least, she should keep a written record of the incidents, the dates and times that she saw him drive by. If his behavior became a problem and she felt threatened, she would need specifics in order to file a police report or get a restraining order. But in my view, she should only take those steps as a last resort. It's best to just ignore him if possible. I recently posted a story about this incident on Lovefraud, and it seemed to strike a nerve. A couple of other readers reported similar experiences. One recommended going ahead and filing a police report. So, is this a good idea? Actually, it is a very tricky question. The answer totally depends on the specific sociopath, your history with this person, and the circumstances. So, here are a few considerations. Does the sociopath have a history of threats or violence towards you and or others? And are you afraid? If your answer is yes, in that case, you may want to consider a police report. But before you take that step, think about possible outcomes. Will the police just keep the report on file? Or will the police let the sociopath know that you complained, even if they just tell him to stop driving by your house? And if that happens, how will the sociopath react? Will he become enraged and really start harassing you? Will he make up some kind of complaint about you? Will the whole situation escalate? So, if you're facing a circumstance like this, I recommend that you get a book called The Gift of Fear by Gavin DeBecker, who is a security consultant. He has a section on stopping unwanted attention from a suitor or former suitor, which I think we can apply in this case. Here's the bottom line. The best approach is to have no contact. None. That means you may not want a police report because actually it is a form of contact, especially if filing it leads to interaction with the sociopath. In fact, Gavin DeBecker so firmly advocates the no contact approach that he almost always recommends against filing a restraining order. Your ex driving by the house a couple times probably isn't grounds for a restraining order. But keep in mind that sociopaths often want to do is provoke a reaction. It doesn't matter what the reaction is. If you react at all, to them, it means that they still have some measure of control over you, and that's not what you want. So I suggest, if you don't feel threatened, just make a record of the incident. As I said, you could take the step of getting a camera doorbell or a security system if you don't already have one. But don't give your ex the satisfaction of seeing a reaction from you. I wouldn't file a police report unless it were absolutely necessary. So if you have any more questions about sociopaths, narcissists, and psychopaths, or need assistance with your recovery, you'll find it at lovefraud.com. We have thousands of articles, we have webinars by therapists and other experts that will help you to escape and recover. And I'm always happy to work with you one-on-one. Just go to lovefraud.com/talk to Donna. Even after the sociopath, full recovery is possible. Lovefraud is here to help you.